What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So we've got match 3 here. Currently, I'm standing 1-1 for wins and losses. And unfortunately, I did not get that first game recorded, but we're going ahead with game 3 here. And we're up against Monkey D. Luffy, the starter deck leader. And this guy taught me a lot about how to play red a little bit better, because if you watch the previous video, I mentioned that this is my first ever TCG. I'm learning, so I'm trying to figure out how the Dawn manipulation and everything can be done, you know, nicely and to my advantage rather than to my disadvantage, because I make some plays here that are arguably terrible, to say the least. But some of them, it could have gone either way. But a big takeaway from this match was the jet pistol. I needed 4 of them. You're going to see how important that jet pistol comes out to play in this match. And I sadly had only 2 of them because I only had one starter deck before building this deck that I have. Now, I worked my way up though, and I feel as though I put up a decent fight, but I just got out-curved so hard. And we opted to go first here. We play, there's the fist bump of friendship. We play the chopper blocker first. And if you hear me clear my throat, I apologize. Just woke up not too long ago and trying to get feeling, 100%. But it's my opponent's turn. He puts down the Bartolomeo blocker. And, I mean, this card's great. It's great for his deck. 1k counter, 2 cost, 2k power. You get a blocker out of it, but also you get, I believe it's, you put 2 Dawn and he gains 2,000 power. But I put down the Gordon. I think I trashed one of the Gordons from my hand. I was at this time running 4 Gordons in my deck. I think now I've changed it to 3. The Gordon seems to be less effective for me than I want it to be, other than for a 2k counter. It's a great card, but there's so many cards in my deck that I don't want to get out of my hand. Pretty much everything is useful. So it's kind of I don't know. It's a tough card to be playing with my deck. So I think I've now reduced it to 3. But he plays the Searcher Nami, which I don't believe I even got one of those this game. He pulls the 5 cost Monkey D. Luffy. So I'm going to have to think about playing around that in the future. And he adds that to his hand. Got 3 Dawn left. And I believe this is where he plays the tournament pack Monkey D. Luffy. So I think he rests his 3 Dawn here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And plays that beautiful Luffy. So I'm hoping next Saturday I actually pick up one of those from the event pack, because I have none of those yet, but it's such a good card. 2k counter, 3k power, and if you add 2 Dawn underneath it, you can get, I think it's 2,000 more power. I mean, it's just a beefy card. It's, something you have to get rid of. And, my idea of getting rid of it here was to play the Nico Robin, right? Because everything on his board is lower than 3 cost. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm like, if I can get that Nico Robin down, we're going to be looking pretty good. So we rest 3 Dawn. Get that Robin card. It's just such a good board clear. It's scary, For him right now, this is a card I would not want to see played. And I put 1 Dawn underneath Zoro and 1 under Gordon, so a bit of a misplay there. I think I should have done that first. And I should have swung for a few on the leader before I played the Robin, but what are you going to do? So he takes the Bartolomeo blocker and counters the Gordon hit for a 1k. But now it is his turn with 6 Dawn. He's trying to plan out and think what he's got. He's going to 4K jet pistol the Robin, which hurt. Did not feel good. That's where that jet pistol is coming into play that I was talking about earlier. And he's going to place one of those Rested Dawn underneath Nami. Bring her up to 3K. Attack the Gordon. I think right here I should either use the chopper blocker or I should... If I have a 1K counter, but I don't think I do. I'd use an Otama if I'm not mistaken. I do, and I don't know. Kind of a misplay. I think I should have just let the Gordon go. Excuse me. And then he swings, and this is just where I lose the Gordon, you know? It was kind of a waste of a Otama there. I should have just let him take the Gordon, and then I take a life, get an extra card. Might have helped me out on my next turn. But unfortunately, you know, you make mistakes and you just kind of got to bounce back from them. So he's got 2 Dawn left. He's thinking of what he wants to do with that. And he plays another Bartolomeo. So he's really trying to defend. I wouldn't say much his leader as much as he is trying to defend the Luffy card when he gets that active and gets it swinging. But now we're up to 7 Dawn, and I've got to think about what I'm doing here. And I feel as though a bit of a misplay again here. I probably should be swinging with the Zoro first, either at leader or to try and take out the Nami. The Nami's not really going to be doing much, so I think I should have went for a swing on lead, but I play the Uta instead, bring back the Nico Robin, and try and get the Robin on the board once again. You know, that Robin's going to help out so much if I can get her to, you know, just have one turn where I can get her to attack. I can take out 2 of these cards and be feeling really comfortable about that. But I swing with leader at the Nami. I think he just lets the Nami go here. And yeah, we're going to pass turn after this. But unfortunately, this is why I mentioned that the jet pistol is such a good card. Because not once, but twice does my Nico Robin get jet pistoled. So he's got 8 Dawn, and I'm seeing that 4 and it goes rested. Yep, there goes the Nico Robin. I'm telling him right now. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? How many more you got in your hand? Was really hoping that he wasn't gonna have that many so early on to be able to take care of that Robin. But he swings. I take a life here, and now we're just looking at him having 3 Dawn left, but he plays one of the Searcher Namis and pulls up 5 cards. He could be looking for a few things. And we already know that he has one of those 5-cost Monkey D. Luffy cards, so we got to be careful about that. That can rush through any blockers. But he's thinking pretty carefully about these 5 cards, and he does end up choosing to scare me a little bit more and take another one of those 5-cost Luffy cards. So we're getting later in the Dawn phase, I should say, where, you know, he's going to have 10 Dawn, I'm going to have 10 Dawn, and now he's got 2 of these 5-cost go through blocker. I'm thinking, okay, well, my life is starting to look a little scarier now that I'm at 3. And he's still got 3 Dawn left to work with. So this is where that Monkey D. Luffy is going to get tapped and put on the event card. He's going to swing for 8 here. You know, try and burn some counters, or he's going to try and burn my blocker. Now, right here is kind of up in the air for me on whether I should have used Chopper or I should have taken the life. It's a little... I don't know. It's kind of tough for me to decide on which one was the correct play in this moment. But I think I end up taking the life. I do. Was hoping I would somehow get a jet pistol. And he puts the 1-cost chopper down, passes turn. And now I've got all my Dawn, I believe. No, we have 9 Dawn. We have 9 Dawn. We're still missing 1. But trying to make something out of nothing. Because clearly he's got a better board. He's got, you know, I think 5 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand. So we have a decent amount in hand. But from this angle, I can't really see exactly what I had. What I was carrying. But I know that I opt to swing with Uta first, but then I asked him, I said, oh, you know what? I made a mistake. Would you mind if I swing with Zoro first? And that's when he'll take the chopper blocker, and then I'll swing with Uta, and I believe he blocks with Bartolomeo to keep that tournament card alive and well. I use all 9 Dawn and put down the 9-cost Shanks, and I swing at leader here, where this is where I think that might have been a mistake, and he top decks a jet pistol, gets rid of the chopper from the life. Oh my goodness, that trigger. Yeah, jet pistol definitely did me in on this round. I think I would have had a lot better of a chance if I had that Nico Robin, just even for one play. Just one turn, that card could have potentially been a game winner. But, you know, you got to play around these things, and sadly, he had them. So now he's at 10 Dawn, has to think about what his next move is, and he's still got the event, Monkey D. Luffy, his leader, and now a 9-cost Shanks to work with. So he taps 1 Dawn underneath Luffy, puts his last remaining Dawn under there. And I was asking him about that, and I realized, oh, it was arrested Dawn from your leader's ability. Makes sense. So now I have a 7k attacking Monkey D. Luffy, a 10k Shanks, and his 5k leader that are looking very scary. So he goes 5k lead to Uta, if I'm not mistaken, to try and burn out some cards. I take the hit there. And this is where I'm a little scared, because now he's got 2 more attacks. I have 1 life left. I have to counter or something, but he still has the 5-cost Luffy cards that he pulled. So now I'm down to no life. My opponent's still sitting at 3. I believe you can see it in the bottom right. And he passes turn. So now is where I have to try and get rid of some of these big scary people on the board. A jet pistol. I finally pulled a jet pistol, so that's great. But I get rid of the 3-cost Monkey D. Luffy event card, and now I'm rocking 6 Dawn, and I make a terrible misplay here. Not that I think that it would have saved me in the end. I don't think I had enough counters anyways, but I believe I rest 1 Dawn, and play Otama to bring down his Shanks to 8k. I just think that I should have saved the Otama in my hand, try and keep the counter for the 5-drop Luffy that's 100% going to be coming next turn. But I don't remember exactly what I was thinking in the moment. I potentially might have forgot that he even brought those out. So, you know, hindsight being 2020, I should have saved it, but you never really know in the moment. You end up forgetting things, and, you know, I can't remember exactly what I was thinking. But swinging with 11 on his Shanks, have to get rid of it. He gets rid of that pretty quickly. And then I use 3 to put down another Zoro, which, I mean, not terrible, considering the fact that, you know, it's not a counter. So just put it down and hope for the best. But yeah, this is when basically I just either have to have the counters in hand or I lose, because that 5 cost Luffy is pretty much guaranteed to kill me. But I do have, I think, a good 6 or 7 cards in my hand at the moment. I just don't think they're the right 6 or 7 cards. But I mean, we'll see. He rests 5, plays that, taps 1 Dawn underneath, and of course puts another, well, swings with Luffy first, smart. You know, makes me forced to burn a counter, and I think I burned the 1k super rare, but he puts everything underneath, which turns out to be, I'm pretty sure, 6 Dawn, so we're looking at a 12k attack, and unfortunately I don't have it. Yeah, great game though. He helped me out and, you know, gave me a couple tips on, you know, like the misplays of some of the Otamas and whatnot. But as you can see in my hand, I had a Uta, 2 Sanjis, the 2 cost rush Sanjis, a Gordon, and I think like a Nami. So I had nothing. I had nothing to counter him. He got the good draws, and I was trying to fend for myself there and was having a really tough time. But all in all, I think it was a great game, and this guy was he was really helpful, gave me a couple of tips on, you know, being better about my play, but also some of my Dawn usage. And yeah, looking forward to playing this upcoming Saturday. But this was game 3, and excited to upload game 4 and 5, because I feel like I definitely played a whole lot better and had learned a bunch more by that time. So thank you again, guys. Peace.